So, in the last number of years, as I've been involved in learning about how products are made, I've come to understand that there's an awful lot more involved than anybody who doesn't do it, like, knows. So, would you be willing to share with those of us who do not know what is involved in going from this yarn that comes from the spinning mill to the bag that you are now presenting?
Yeah, so this whole TapRoot project took us a good few months to fully finish, from the initial design phase all the way to fully finishing the products. So we spent maybe like a month and a half really going through like the design phase, sampling the linen, which is really important, figuring out how dense your fabric is going to be, figuring out colors, stuff like that. And once we got to that point, we were ready to warp our looms. We would wind and wind the linen on the warping mill, which also takes quite a few hours, and then you have to get it on the loom, which again takes quite a few hours to do. For the bags, technically these are double length because they're folded over, so the warp had to be, twice as long as what you see here. And you have to account for shrinkage as well, so it shrinks both this way and that way, so you have to account for that. Plus the dyeing also took some time. The yarn usually needs to sit in the dye bath for a little while. You can't just dunk it and take it out, so that also takes a full day or so. And then with the bags specifically, I pre-shrunk the fiber when it came off the loom, and I made sure to really press down with an iron to get this nice like flattened fabric. And the seams on the inside are actually the selvage edge of the fabric, so you don't have to worry about fraying. This is never gonna fray because it's the selvage. And we did some beautiful riveted leather handles on them. So yeah, I think with weaving, you always imagine that it's gonna go really quickly. You're just gonna get the thing on the loom and finish it, but you tend to forget about all those little details, especially in the finishing process. So yeah, it's very intensive, but it was really fun to work with this fiber, work with a linen that I've never worked before, and a local linen at that. So yeah.